when he was celebrating the goal to get it back to 2-2, Kevin De Bruyne, he kind of let out he was tired after 5 minutes. Just the intensity, and I know he played a little bit in the FA Cup, came on there in that comfortable win, but he hasn't played since the first game of the season. And I read an analysis piece from a medical professional talking about sportsmen and sportswomen who've had long-term injuries. And one of the suggestions was, and you did okay avoiding too many serious injuries in your career, the suggestion from the medical profession was that it kind of takes a week for every month that you've been out. So say he's been out 5 months, a week to get back to full fitness, 100%. And you build up to that. Is that something that you think you might see Kevin De Bruyne a couple more cameo roles? And obviously they're going to head off to the Middle East for a rest. Do you think by mid-February he'll be back to where he hopes to be?
It's a tough one because it was. Listen, we say it's a hamstring, but it was a bit more than a hamstring. This wasn't just a little bit of fatigue. I mean, this was a bona fide big-time operation he had. And so I would suggest that City are absolutely going to take as long as they think they need with Kevin De Bruyne. And listen, if you've got somebody who can just come on the field for 20 minutes and do what he can, then whilst you're not 100%, then you just keep doing that. Obviously, from a selfish point of view, we want to see him playing 90 minutes every time City have a game because he's just so good to watch. I think as well, Mark, you've got to understand that not only being out for such a long time, it takes your lungs a little time to get used to the pace of the game as well. Mm-hmm. And this game was played at a great pace from start to finish. And so that blowout is him trying to get his win back as well. So, yeah, I mean, with somebody like De Bruyne, you can't take chances. I don't think City will. No. And so I think it's difficult to put your finger on a date, a month, whatever it may be. It'll just be a case of whenever they think he's 100%, then he'll be good to go from the start.
Yeah, the supporting cast is all right at City. So in the meantime, they should be fine. 23 seconds after the 90-minute mark into added time. Kind of fitting that it's NFL wildcard weekend. That was like Tua trying to find Tyreek Hill with either the cornerback or the safety providing the pressure and trying to stop Tyreek from getting the ball. And there's maybe an inch, maybe 2 inches of space to get that ball threaded through. And Kevin De Bruyne does that. Now, Oscar Bob was the player who had a really good touch, turn, finish. It's 3-2. I want to take you back a couple of minutes to something you said. Jack Grealish was on the bench. Kevin De Bruyne was on the bench. Oscar Bob, the youngster, was the one who was chosen to come on. I think Pep Guardiola deserves a heck of a lot of praise here because, look, Jack Grealish could have done that. Yeah, I'm sure. But he went to the 20-year-old Norwegian, a kid who he loves, confident, bordering on arrogance, but with so much ability. It was a brilliant through ball. But what about Oscar Bob's control and finish?
The composure at the end to go round the goalkeeper, for me, is the real crux of the matter. You know, he got a little fortunate. His first touch was to go past Trippier. Trippier gets a touch on it. But from there, you talk about an old head on young shoulders, summing the situation up, waiting for the goalkeeper to go down, taking it to the right with your left peg, and then sliding it home with your right peg. I mean, the speed of thought, the composure, and then to execute that for a kid. I mean, that's scary. That's scary. What's going to happen when this guy matures? I mean, what a finish! Just absolute world-class finish.